Yo, what is up, YouTube? We're back at it again. Gonna give you guys your second video, not on Twitch, not from Twitch, no gameplay. It's gonna be a Hercules guide, mostly in support, but can be catered towards other roles. So let's just jump right in. We're gonna start off with the build, and we'll go over a solo build too. It should be fine build, but we'll start with support. Guardian's Blessing 100%, and then you're gonna go T1 boots, 4 health pots. Right there, this, and then 99% of the time you're gonna go blink. I don't think you get value out of other relics as much as you do out of blink with Herc, just because of the pressure you exert when you have blink. So 99.99% of games you're gonna go Guardians T1, blink, 4 health pots, and Hand of the God. Of the gods, not the god. Hand of the gods. Right now, I think is about as balanced as it has been, like, with boots. You can go Warrior Tabby, you can go Reinforced Greaves, you can go Teleria still, even though I think Teleria is definitely worse off without the extra movement speed you used to get, and it's gotten even less power every single patch, and now it's down to 15. Basically, you're getting it for the movement speed and a little bit of MP5. Tank boots, sick boots, they give it an extra 50 health. The CCR is insane. 10 power is pretty irrelevant when you're playing Herc, because you're gonna get passive from your power, or power from your passive, and then Warrior Tabby, you get 40 power for 1600 gold. That is insane. Boots are broken. Don't let anybody tell you different. Best power spike in the game. 99% of games you're gonna go boots. So what I've been running is I've been liking Warrior Tabby a lot. It just makes you completely and utterly untradeable. You cannot fight into the Hercules at all. Not one point in the game do you have a weakness now. There's sometimes like a little bit of a damage weakness once you go Teleria and you're not that tanky still. If you go tank boots, you're going to be a little extra tankier. Your damage is going to be down a little bit, but you're still Hercules. You're still going to do a ton of damage. So, right now I would say Warriors is my favorite, Reinforced is my next, and then Teleria third, and then never go Ninja Tabby. You just don't need it. So let's go into the build. Thebes. Broken. It's like the only actual defensive item you need with Herc in the early game. You don't really need the prots early. You get prots in your 3. I'll go variabilities in a little bit, but right now you're just gonna go Warrior Tabby into Gauntlet of Thebes, and then Regrowth. And almost any game, this first 3 items is completely acceptable. You cannot go wrong going these 3 items. Every single game you can go these items. The only games I wouldn't go these items are if you're running against 4 physical gods, 4 magical gods maybe. Instead I would go Sav here maybe, or a Genji's or Bulwark. Then that's only if you're against 1 heavy damage of the enemy team. Otherwise, Gauntlets is going to be fine. And I know I've not been building Gauntlets as much in other roles, but I still think it's fine on Herc. You get so many prots on this character that the health is just insane, and then once you do finish getting stacks, usually you're going to be ahead on Herc anyway, so as soon as you get these stacks, you're going to be unkillable. I stop moving for 30 seconds and that pops up. Yeah, so then Regrowth, and then I've been really liking Wingblade. Usually there's a lot of slows in the game, and the health, the CCR, you're basically unkillable with this Wingblade, and it'll allow you to not be slowed to death. If you don't go this and you go a different item, a lot of the times it feels weird. It feels like you're getting slowed a ton and you're dying because of slows, and because of how you're playing Herc, you don't want to be getting slowed. Your movement comes from your movement speed. And then you can go Spirit's Robe or Mantle. I've been really liking Spirit's Robe. Mantle is definitely still very, 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 very good. And then for the last item, you can go Relic Dagger, or the other option of these ones. You can go Genji's if you want to. You can go Oni's. A lot of items are fine late. Perdwin is even okay. Magi's is fine if you feel like you're just getting blown up off of the first CC that hits you. So just after this, it doesn't really matter. The core items are basically just boots, Thebes, Regrowth, and that is your core. Wingblade is pretty much core. It's not necessary every single game if they don't have a ton of slows. But those 3 items every game, and you'll be set. Oh, options to sell boots for. Really, like let's just say your full build. Right here, perfectly fine. Let's get to full build and see how many prots you're gonna be at. You're at 238 prots, 200 or physical prots, 208 magical prots, and if you proc your 3, I don't know how many prots you guys think you get from this, but you get 60 prots, 298 and 268, and you get this movement speed from Regrowth, and you're unkillable with this build. If you're dying with this build, your team is winning the fight, most likely. So yeah, this is a good full build with him. You can go, obviously, Genji's, Sov. There's other items you can throw in here, but this is a fine full build. So let's go into a slight intro to the character. Let's look at his abilities. Starting with the passive, Strength from Pain. Herc's going to get 5 physical power plus 1 per level, and it's going to last 5 seconds, and you get up to 3 stacks. So in the early game, level 1, you're going to be getting 6, and then it's going to stack 3 times, so that'll give you 18 power. Let's actually go back to level 1. Let's just sell everything. So right here, you're at nothing. 6, 12, 18. Right here, you're full passive. And you're going to be trading pretty hard. Autoed him for 51. He's autoing me for 33. This is obviously without Hunter's Blessing, without P1 devs, but you're basically going to be out trading a lot of hunters. That was also without Guardian's Blessing too, so you're not going to be taking as much damage as you'd think. So Strength from Pain right here, 18 power in the early game, and it's going to be going up 3 every level. In the late game, you'll be getting 25 per stack, and then it's going to stack 3 times, so you're going to be getting 75 power in the late game from this. Let's show it quick. Auto him 1 time. Take these 3 autos. Right there, 75 power. Oh, don't kill me. So 75 power you get from just your passive late game. That's why Herc doesn't need these power items. He's got power in his kit. Then let's look at your one Striving Strike. And this ability does a ton of damage. I'm pretty sure it's one of the highest damaging base abilities in the game. Just like without scaling, without anything, 365 is an insane amount of burst damage. A lot of damage that's going to be higher than this is going to be channeled or over time. And it's starting at 85 also, which is kind of low. But if you think about it, you get power from your kit. And so you're going to be doing a little bit more than that 85. 14-second cooldown, 1.1 seconds stun, scaling up to 1.5. And this is going to be the first ability you level, usually, maybe the 2. And this is going to be the first ability you max. Just because the damage you get. At level 7, you have 4 points into this. You're going to be doing 300 damage with just this ability. And nobody's going to be having more than 1,000 health. So this is going to be chunking in that really early to mid portion of the game. Next ability is called Earthbreaker. And it is this 2. It is just a really simple pluck. Just pulls someone back towards you. Actually, let's put it on this normal so you guys can see it quick. So that's what it looks like. The plucking area is going to be right past that the darkened line. So right before 30 and then a little bit after 30, it's going to be plucking people back into you. Walk up to a carry, tank, anything. Get them in that area. Pluck them. If you don't get them in that area, it's just going to do damage. So if you get it inside of this area, it's just going to do damage. And then just to show you the dash, because I didn't show that. Just like that. Just going to stun them. If you hit them into the wall, they're going to be stunned against the wall too. So this one's a really short dash. It's the shortest dash in the game, I think. But it does a lot of damage. Your 3, mitigate wounds. So this is kind of a complicated ability. If you don't really understand how it works right now, and you're like kind of newer to the character, it might be a little difficult to understand. Basically, it's got 3 things that mainly happen during it. You get an initial heal. So you pop it, 60 at level 1. You're going to get this initial heal, and you're going to get protections with it. So you pop your 3, you're going to get 60 healing, and you're going to get 20 prots of each. So say you're getting beat on, you need a little quick heal, you pop this, you're also going to get protections to mitigate the rest of some more damage for 4 seconds or something like that, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. And then this next 4 seconds, any damage you take, so right from here until this little D-bar right here runs out, everything during that time, any damage you take, that is from anything. I'm pretty sure it's anything. Tower damage, god damage, minion damage. It is returned to him at the end for a heal, and that's the 3rd portion of it. So you're going to be taking damage. I'm going to hit for 49. Pop this, get some prots. He's going to be for 44. I get that 60 heal. And at the end of it, get a nice little heal of 65. It is 60 initially. It goes up to 220. And then it's 30% damage returned as healing, and then scales up to 70% at level 5. Protection's 20 up to 60. This is a very, very, very strong ability, and that's the reason that you level it second. Second. You're going to level your max your 1 first, and then your 3, and then your 2. Your 2, you get a little extra damage from each of it. Your 1 is just a lot of your damage early. It goes up the most. This one only goes up to 260, as you see. This one goes up to 365. And then your 3 is just a bloated ability. It just does so much, and it's probably the reason that Herc is so aggressive and like hard to deal with in support. When a god is getting so much damage off and then so incredibly hard to kill. He just does so much. And then your ult, just a boulder. giant boulder. It's called Excavate. You just throw this giant circular ball that's heavy and it does damage. You walk up to this Neath. You're gonna flatten her like a pancake. It doesn't flatten, but it bounces off, and I'm pretty sure it does damage up to 3 times. And subsequent hits on the same enemy do 50% less damage. He's also CC immune, so if you're getting Ares ulted and you don't want to get pulled, pick up that boulder, toss it, get some CC immunity, and you're good. So level 1 is really the only spot that matters. Are you looking to fight? Do you just want to group the wave so your ADC can clear? Do you want to be able to play up and have some safety from your dash? So this is how it would look like if you start with your 2. Your ADC is someone like a Cupid, and he does very well, or Freya with the ability group or the wave grouped. You're gonna put it like this, right on the wave. See, it's gonna pluck all these minions. They're all grouped right here. Your ADC can now area damage all these minions and clear a lot faster than before. So those are the 2 options you have. You can level your 2 or your 1 at level 1. I like going the 1 usually. Occasionally the 2 feels better, but it's pretty 50-50. So you're gonna go 1-2 or 2-1, and then you're gonna go. I like going the 1 again, and then you go your 3, and then your alt. And then I go 1 again, 1 again. Then I go 3, alt, 1, 3, 3, and then I think it's alt. I think that's when you can level your alt again. 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4. And that's how Hercules is gonna level in support. And I'm pretty sure you'll level the exact same way in solo. I know there'll be better guides out for solo or for Herc, better build guides too. But I'll give you a quick solo build or solo Herc build. You're gonna just go this. Then you're gonna go T1 boots. And then you usually want teleport, I assume. Blink's probably fine also. And then you're just gonna go Chalice of Healing. And this is gonna be your start with Herc. You're gonna go full warrior tabby into breastplate if you're against a physical. I think just Genji's if you're against any relevant magical damage into regrowth. And then mantle and I think wingblade, and this would just be like the full Hercules build. This would be just a simple, easy build for solo that should be fine. Other solos probably know, solos will probably know more than me, but this is just something simple if you want to try Herc in a different role. So now that we got abilities, we know how to build them. Let's go for some tips with Hercules. So the base combo is just a really simple 2-1 combo. You just pluck them, get them out of position, and then you push them towards the rest of your team. You can just get people really far out of position with this like combo. Like your team is back over there, you walk up looking for a pluck. You get their frontliner, pluck them. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles and you can't hit your combo. We'll try it again. Hopefully I'm not too washed to do this. Just do that, and then you push them towards the team. And that's basically all you do. That's just a really simple combo. This is a really easy 2-1 combo. Another combo you can do is if your 3 you can use very, very easily with regrowth. You obviously can't do it until you finish regrowth because it's the movement speed. Say a team fight's like breaking out, your team's back here, or a team fight hasn't broken out yet. Your team's back here, the enemy team's up there. This guy's kind of looking for some positioning. You pop your 3, you're able to walk really fast towards the enemy team, and then you can get behind someone and push them your way. And then when they start to walk away, you can pluck them back. So, just a little bit harder of a combo to pull off because CC immunity will allow them to get away, a jump will allow them to get away, and you kind of have to get into a better position for it. So you kind of just get in front of them, push them back, pluck them again, and then they're going to be back by your team for a long time. It's another combo to do. Really in support, you just want to abuse your 3 in support. You are very, very tanky, so a little bit of poke damage you take while walking towards the fight is not going to be that bad. Use your 3 to kind of get around. You don't really want to use your 1, because as soon as you use your 1, you're a pretty decently easy kill to have. You don't have any movement up. You don't have any quick way to avoid damage. So you want to kind of hold your 1. Your 1 is a lot of your safety in the mid to late game. It's a lot of your damage in the early game, and you kind of have to transition how you're going to use your 1. Your 3 is kind of your movement in the mid to late game. You want to use your 3 to start off a fight. Because even if you take a little bit of poke and you can't get like a nice little 2 off, say you miss, you're going to be healing up with that 3. And that 3 is going to allow you to take less damage also because of the protections you get. So you get that heal at the front end if you're taking any damage, if you're poked out a little bit. And then if you take any more damage in that 4 seconds while looking for the pluck, you'll get that heal, portion of that heal. So you want to just kind of 3, look for a pluck, find one, pull them back to your team, just like that. As soon as your 3 runs off, you probably want to get back into position. You don't want to have to use your dash unless you need to. So your 3 runs off. You just want to go back to your team to regroup. Don't feel bad. Your 3's on a very low cooldown. I think it's like 12 seconds or something. What's some cooldown? It's 12-ish. So it's 15 with only 10%. So yeah, and you're going to be pretty full. Pretty close to full cooldown. So it'll be around 12-ish, 13-ish seconds. Just a way to optimize your DPS, auto attack canceling. So you have like a quick second to like auto someone and then dash them. I'm going to take it off of normal cast because it's too slow. I think Hercules, for the most part, can use instant cast better than other gods. You don't really need to know where this goes because it's a very short dash and it's a straight line. Your 3... You're not going to be using your 3. You don't need to know where your 3 is going. And then your ult, maybe. But your ult is just going right over this little dot. That little dot. And then it'll just go right into the middle of that. And it'll bounce around. The only kind of important one is your 2. But you'll kind of get used to it. Just kind of pluck someone back. Just like that. So yeah, you just kind of have to get used to your 2. You can keep that on normal cast for the beginning. And then once you get more and more comfortable with it, switch to insta-cast. Because just... those point seconds are going to be saving you a lot of time. So the auto attack cancel, you're going to auto and then push again, auto, like that. That's the full auto attack cancel. If you get a carry out of position with that, you're going to be chunking them. They're going to be feeling that damage, and it's just something you want to be able to abuse with that. Start with like a 2v2 laning phase kind of scenario quick. Show you kind of how to do that. Just pretend like I'm level 1. I'm going to have my 1. Or your 2. If you have your 2, you just pluck the wave in. Kind of how you do it. The biggest place to abuse Herc is as soon as you hit this level 2. And probably the biggest reason people get there too is you know you're going to beat your ADC out to that lane. You're going to walk up. Your ADC is going to be a little behind you. There's ghost minion spawning right now. And then you pluck the ghost minion. You kill that ghost minion and you group the wave for your ADC. So right here you're automatically at a disadvantage. An advantage. As soon as you clear this entire wave, you're going to hit level 2. And the level 2 Hercules power spike, you're just able to run it down. They can't play up onto you. You're going to be doing too much damage. They can't trade into you. You have too much displacement. You can just move them around the map too much. So they're going to have to back up immediately. And as soon as they start to back up, say they're running back to their tower, you can blink onto them. Blink pluck, blink get behind them. Oops, I didn't mean to 3, but you blink get behind them and then just push them back to your ADC. You can also bait out beads really easily this way. If you blink onto someone at kind of like a lower, and even sometimes at the high rank, just blinking onto them will get their actives. So you can just blink and just stand by them, and they might just beads, and then as soon as their beads wears off, you just push them back to your teammate. So you want to be able to abuse just the scariness of Herc without even having to use an ability. Should be a free first blood. In the mid game even, you can kind of still do that too. You walk up to someone, say like this is the enemy, he's trying to run away. As soon as you get like right here on this side of him, okay, it's weird doing on him, but say he's right here, he's running this way. As soon as you get over here, and you just stand kind of right in front of him, he might just beads this thinking you're going to push him. And then you don't even have to wait, or you don't even have to use it. You just wait for his beads to wear off, and you can just pluck him back to your team. So kind of just abuse how scary Hercules is and how much people will just use their actives anyway. Kind of how you bait out with pluck, bait out with Kuzumbo dash, you can bait out with Hercules. Basically, the last thing, I just want to reiterate the point between his movement on his 3 and his 1. It's very, very important. In the early game, your 1 is a lot of your damage. In the late game, your ult is a lot of your damage. Your autos are a lot of the damage. Your 1 isn't going to be doing too much damage. You don't want to put too much emphasis onto using your 1 for damage. So, in the early game, feel free. You get a big pluck, feel free. Full kit someone. It doesn't even have to be towards your team. You'll do enough damage that you can almost solo a squishy that you don't even have to worry about your team being around. In the late game, abuse your 3. Your 3's movement ability and just a way to get around the map. It makes Herc impossible to deal with. If you get a lead on this character with regrowth, the game's over. You should be able to snowball the game well enough by yourself, just out of his damage and out of his inability to die. Abuse your 1, abuse your 1 early, abuse your 3 mid to late game, and then just practice your plucks. There's no secret to hitting the plucks. The more you use it, the better you're gonna be at it. Go into arena, spam the character. As soon as you can start hitting plucks consistently, as soon as you can abuse your 3 to the point that you don't put yourself out of position by using your 1, you will be a dominant Hercules player and you will be able to just solo carry games. So thank you for watching, YouTube. If you liked this guide and you want to see more guides for other support gods, like this video, comment what you want, comment other guides you want to see. I'll try to be getting out at least one non-Twitch gameplay per week. Next week, I'll maybe do another guide, whoever you guys want to see the most. Subscribe if you still haven't. I know a lot of you guys are not subscribed still, so I would like to see some of you guys subscribe. You guys have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful day, whatever time it is, and peace out. See you guys for the next video.